This album is an audio virus infecting reality. Redacted. Memorandum. Incident report. Darmstadt, Germany. Redacted. All assets related to the auditory phenomenon designated echoes of the unseen are to be secured immediately. Level 5 containment protocols are now in effect. The public is to be informed of what under no circumstances should any personnel listen to the recording. What you just saw is a supposed leak, a document that a few hushed corners of the internet claim came from a European intelligence agency. Officially, it doesn't exist. Officially, the auditory phenomenon in Darmstadt, Germany, was just sound checks for a local hi-fi event. But the stories refuse to die. They talk about an album that isn't just music, but a weapon. They call it an audio virus, and the question isn't if it will infect you, but when. Section 1. The Ghost in the Machine. You know that feeling when you get a song stuck in your head? An earworm that just burrows into your brain and loops for days? It's annoying, right? But what if it wasn't just an annoyance? What if it was code, designed to rewrite your perception of reality? That's the core idea behind a ghost album that, for all intents and purposes, doesn't exist. It's called Echoes of the Unseen, and its artist is an enigma known only as Cypher. You're not going to find this on Spotify. You can't buy it in a store. It only exists as a collection of theories, fragmented audio files, and alleged case studies that link its tracks to a string of bizarre, tragic events all over the world. Now, the idea of cursed media is nothing new. We've got stories of haunted paintings, deadly books, and found footage tapes that seem to carry some kind of malevolent energy. But Echoes of the Unseen is different. The theory isn't that it's haunted by a ghost. It's that the album is the ghost, a mimetic weapon. Think of it like a virus for your mind. The music is the delivery system, and the lyrics are the payload, a string of code that infects you, planting ideas and compulsions that blossom into real-world action. And while governments have definitely used music as a psychological tool for decades, this is something else entirely. This isn't about breaking someone down with noise. It's about rewriting them with a song. The entire narrative is, of course, presented as speculative fiction. These government reports are unverified, and the case files are invented stories circulating online. Still, the framework is so detailed and so unnervingly plausible that it's become its own phenomenon, the oral equivalent of a creepy pasta that just refuses to die. Section 2. The Architect of Chaos. Who is Cypher? So who's the architect of this so-called audio virus? Who is Cypher? The short answer is nobody has a clue. The name itself is a hint, a code, a secret. There are no photos, no interviews, no live shows, just burner accounts uploading encrypted files that are then allegedly decrypted and shared among a select few. This anonymity has kicked off a ton of theories. One popular idea is that Cypher isn't a person at all, but an advanced AI, an algorithm fed a steady diet of protest music, Black Ops field manuals, financial market data, and doomsday prophecies. This theory suggests it merges the raw energy of thrash metal with the cold, predictive logic of doom algorithms, creating something that speaks directly to our deepest anxieties. Another theory claims Cypher is a disillusioned intelligence operative or maybe an ex-quant from Wall Street. Someone who truly understood the systems that run our world and decided to turn them into an instrument.
And if you search for Echoes of the Unseen today, you'll actually find a few results, which just adds to the mystery. There's an instrumental album by an artist named Kais Essar and a techno record from someone called Hoedus. Conspiracy theorists will tell you these are just chaff, decoys released to muddy the waters and make the real album harder to find. It's a classic misdirection, hiding the signal in the noise, and it feeds perfectly into the myth. The deadliest album in the world is, by its very nature, unseen.
Section 3. The Hidden Meter of the World. How could an album actually script reality? The central theory is as fascinating as it is terrifying. It suggests that our global systems, financial markets, political movements, social media trends, all operate on a kind of rhythm, a hidden meter. They have patterns, cadences, and predictable beats. Cipher, according to the lore, doesn't predict the future. Cipher reads the meter.
Think of it this way. For ages, concept albums have been used to critique the world. Pink Floyd's Animals used George Orwell's allegories to break down social hierarchies. David Bowie's Diamond Dogs built a whole world out of Orwell's 1984, with tracks like Big Brother acting as a warning against totalitarian control. These albums held a mirror to society. Echoes of the Unseen is said to shatter that mirror. The theory goes that Cipher identifies the systems, or even the people who are closest to a breaking point. A stressed-out financial analyst, a radicalized politician, a desperate activist. The music then acts as a nudge, a resonant frequency that pushes them right over the edge. The lyrics aren't a prophecy, they're psychological programming. It's this terrifying idea that we're not living in a society, we're living in a script, and this album is bleeding from Cipher's broken throat directly into the timeline. It's a concept that turns music from simple storytelling into a tool for engineering the story itself.
It's a chilling thought. Is it possible for music to do more than just reflect our world? Could it actually script it on such a catastrophic level? Let me know your own theories in the comments. What do you think is really going on here? Section 4. The Case Files, a track-by-track infection.
The evidence connecting the album to real-world events comes from these so-called case files, pieced together by online sleuths. Each file links a specific track to a specific incident, arguing a chilling case for cause and effect. Again, you're not going to find these on the nightly news, but in the lore, they are gospel.
Case File 1, Track 1, Oracle in Freefall. The album apparently opens with a storm of distorted guitars and a frantic, panicked drum beat. The key lyric fragment that was recovered is, "The Oracle falls, silenced by the gilded cage." Days after this track first surfaced, a prominent, bearish financial analyst known for predicting market crashes was found dead. The ruling was suicide, a fall from the glass window of his high-rise office. The market was at an all-time high. The gilded cage was literal. The story doesn't claim Cipher made him do it. It asks a more sinister question. Did the song just find a man already on the edge and give him a final push? Case File 2, Track 2, Green in the Desert Wind. This track is described as deceptively calm, an acoustic melody over a low, droning hum. The whispered lyric is, "The green washed away by the desert wind." The incident? A fiery, up-and-coming eco-politician in Spain who was gaining huge traction for his radical climate policies, and then he just vanished. His car was found abandoned on a dusty highway, all his research wiped from every server. He was literally washed away. The lore claims the song didn't kidnap him. It just nurtured his growing obsession with societal collapse until he chose to disappear into it himself.
Case File 3, Track 3, Signal of the Black Ledger. This one is built on digital noise, modem screeches, and a relentless, pulsing beat. The lyric is glitched and hard to decipher, but the clearest phrase is, "Numbers bleed in ultraviolet, debts carved into phantom skin." This track is tied to a massive glitch in a fringe crypto exchange. In one night, the wallets of several high-profile whistleblowers and investigative journalists were completely wiped. The official story was a hack, but nothing was stolen. It was all just erased. The theory here is that the track provided a kind of mimetic blueprint that inspired a hacker to silence enemies not by theft, but by digital annihilation. Case File 4, Track 10, Echoes of the Unseen. The title track is said to be almost entirely subliminal, a low-frequency drone that's barely audible. Its only clear sentence is also the key lyric. If you hear this, you were never meant to. There's no single catastrophe linked to this track. Instead, there are dozens of reports from listeners who experience shared nightmares after hearing it. Nightmares of an impossible sprawling city under a black sun. It's described as the most direct infection, a virus that doesn't cause a physical event, but instead maps an unseen reality onto the minds of its victims.
Case File 5, Track 12, Last Broadcast from Nowhere. The final track. It's mostly silence, punctuated by bursts of static. A distorted voice delivers the album's closing line. When the signal dies, remember, silence is just uncompressed truth. After this track spread, there were scattered reports of pirate radio hijackings. Emergency broadcast systems in a few rural areas were taken over for just a few seconds, not with a warning, but with the static from this song. No one took credit. The events were dismissed as malfunctions. But for believers, it was Cypher's final message. The infection was complete. The signal had been delivered, and now only the silence, the fallout, remains. Conclusion. So what is Echoes of the Unseen? Is it a brilliant piece of collective fiction? An elaborate online game designed to feel terrifyingly real? Is it a modern urban legend for an age of digital anxiety? A ghost story told in WAV files and redacted JPEGs? Or is it something more?
The truth, a lot like the album itself, remains unseen. There are no clear answers. We know the government reports are fictional and the case files are just stories. But the narrative sticks around because it speaks to a deep-seated fear that we are not in control, that the chaos of the world isn't as random as it seems, that somewhere out there a song is playing and we are all just dancing to its tune. And the most disturbing part of this whole legend is that final lyric from the title track, "If you hear this, you were never meant to." The lore suggests that to even know about the album is to be exposed, that by watching this video, by hearing these stories, the virus has already found a new host.
You've been exposed. The only question is, what happens next? If this story has you looking over your shoulder, hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the media that haunts us. Share this video, and let's talk. Spread the signal and see what echoes back.